The Assassin strikes us with a couple of deadly surprises. Directed by Martin von Hasselberg, written by Scott Nimmerfro, and shot by Levi Isaacs. Based on a story from Shock Suspense Stories number 17, drawn by George Evans. The screen adaptation sneaks away from the premise of the comics original, with twisty results. Our assassin stands in the rain outside his target's apartment. He had to fly all the way out there and leave his love for a few days. Worth it for the amount he's being paid. Too bad the weather is miserable. He hides in the shadows as the target comes out. The doorman tries hailing a cab, but the man starts walking. The assassin follows. Somebody surveils the McKay house. Inside is a perfect morning for a happy couple. Jeremy leaves for work, and Janet will get ready for a dinner party they're hosting tonight. Returning with groceries, Janet spots a surprise visitor.
Excuse me? May I help you?
I hope so, Mrs. McKay. My name's Simone Bardou. I'm with the Los Angeles Police Department. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your husband.
My husband?
Yes, when do you expect him home?
At 7. May I ask what this is all about?
A routine matter, ma'am.
Janet wants to call Jeremy, but Simone insists that will put her in danger. Janet tries a hit and run, but more guests are at the front door. The assassin follows his mark through the deserted, wet city streets. He needs to find a place where he can corner the man. His target stops to look into a store window. The assassin stops too, lights a cigarette. The man doesn't move, so the assassin passes him by, avoiding suspicion. He waits in a dark alley, but the man crosses the street before their paths can cross. Janet wakes up to the intruders setting up. Simone gets aggressive.
That's a real kicker. Your hubby used to glare at me just like that, real fire in his eyes. He ever tell you about us? I bet not.
What about you?
Oh, we're an item once upon a time. But we'll save the girl talk for later, shall we?
Janet wants to know what is going on. They're not buying the housewife routine. They are here to kill her husband, Ronald.
My husband's name is Jeremy McKay.
Long story short, they claim Jeremy used to be CIA assassin Ronald Wald until he disappeared 5 years ago. An hour passes. The man sees his follower. His pace quickens. The two pass a cop. The man says nothing. The chase continues into an alley, a perfect spot to finish the job. Armed with his gun and flashlight, the assassin combs the darkness. Suddenly, the man runs out, but the assassin doesn't shoot. 2 sailors pass by. The man walks near them as the assassin follows. Simone shows Janet photos of their target. They have the wrong man. Ronald looks nothing like Jeremy.
You idiots! You have the wrong man! This isn't my husband! This doesn't even look like my husband! This is my husband! This is the man I'm married to, Jeremy McKay, see?
Nothing some appearance-altering surgery can't handle, but he didn't change his teeth. They found Jeremy is Ronald through dental records. The assassin pushes through, motivated by money and his girl back home. Once alone, the man does everything he can to shake off his stalker. But the assassin is difficult to lose. Finally, the man dives into a subway station as a train pulls in. The assassin jumps the turnstile, barely making it onto the same car as his mark. The two exit at the next station. The chase goes on. Time to set up for Jeremy's, or Ronald's, arrival. Todd takes Janet to the basement. Though loyal to his job, it doesn't take much for Janet to distract him. But he's still going to kill her.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, Mrs. McKay! Mrs. McKay! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Mrs. McKay! Mrs. McKay! Stop it! Yeah, I'm down! Help me! Help! Help me!
Damn it, Janet. You're good at killing people. The man puts up a good chase, but traps himself in another alley. The assassin shines his flashlight. The target is gone. Above is a ladder hanging from a fire escape. The man ducks through a window. The assassin ascends into the rat-infested building, following his mark to the roof. This time, there is nowhere left to run, until the man jumps across to the next building. Upstairs, William and Simone get ready for the execution. Simone goes to check on Todd. Janet hides with his gun.
So, did she go out sniveling, or did she take it like a man?
When Todd doesn't answer, Simone arms herself. Janet takes aim, but her shoe betrays her. Some lucky shots and a kick to the face set Janet on her way. She grabs the phone, picks the wrong room to hide in, and whammo! High heel in William's eye. The chase continues through a rooftop door, down a flight of stairs. The target is trapped in a dark room. No one else is around. A literal dead end. The assassin pulls the trigger. The job is done. Now the screaming starts. Lights turn on. The assassin killed his mark on a theater stage. Hundreds of people are in attendance to see a play about President McKinley and his assassin. Janet is almost free. Simone tells some interesting stories of her past. Of course, Janet already knows all of this.
See, you can change the way you look. You can't change what you're made of. Tell you the truth, it's gonna be really good to see him. It's been such a long time.
Not long enough.
Gwen.
What did you just call me?
I called you Gwen. At least that's what you told me your name was when we were dating. I would have thought you, of all people, would have something nice to say about my new bridge work.
Ronald.
Ronald's surgery was better than we thought.
Oh my god, it's 5 o'clock. I really have my work cut out for me.
Janet, or Ronald, disposes of the bodies and gets ready for her dinner party. It goes perfectly. Just don't ask what or who was served. The Assassin's original comic is one long chase. If you know your history, the ending is amusing. I've got to give the killer's target credit for avoiding death as long as he could. It's not a bad tale, but the characters make more turns on the street than the story does with its writing. The episode is a different mission. The twist is easy to figure out once the action kicks in, but knowing 3 trained killers walked into a battle they can't win is delightful. Especially when we can look back and see one of the victims becomes professional killer Mike from Breaking Bad. Corey Feldman also hams up the screen a couple years before the crypt flick Bordello of Blood. William Sadler, star of the first episode, eventual Demon Knight movie, and host of Two-Fisted Tales, comes back reprising his role as the Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. The Keeper and the Reaper should have been a sitcom. The Assassin is an action-packed, bloody good time. Janet is not a housewife to mess with. Put this episode on your hit list.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare. A woman with balls.
You don't have balls, lady. You don't know the first thing about them.